Happy Monday. So it is Mompreneur Mondays where, I come on and I share healthy and wonderful meditation tips, tips for business, tips for being a parent or a mommy, or just anything that comes up on my heart. So last week was exciting for those who tuned in or did not tune in. We had a great intro to what the Black Girl Magic Creative Series has created, the Mompreneur Mondays. So we had a great intro to discussing having an accountability partner, and always, when you have a goal, always being mindful of setting aside time to write down your process to that goal so that you can always work to always remain present in your process to your goal, so that you don't really face being stagnant and things like that. And so for this video this week, at first I was gonna do trauma, but I don't want to really do trauma. That's what I had said last week, so I'm saying it now. I think we've had a lot of things that have weighed us down, and I think that this pandemic is allowing us to actually face our inner, I don't want to say demons, but our baggage, or the dark side of us that we have always held in. So pretty much the world is automatically shifting for us to deal with the trauma and baggage. So I don't want to go deep into that. However, I am led to share some wonderful tips. I had breakfast this morning so that my brain is all energized and great. And I was able to get a few moments away from the baby. So during this time, there are so many pros and cons. Like I see and I've observed that it's like, oh my gosh, we're facing this pandemic. We have to wear a mask. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't go visit people. I can't go, I can't go do this. I can't go do that. However, on the flip side, this has been an extreme blessing, like for me. So I just want to share some valuable things that I have learned for myself during this time. Hopefully it can help inspire you during this time. So because there's this global pandemic that no one knows how to get through, we have so many resources available. Like, we already have access to a lot of resources, but now there is time to actually slow down. Just take a minute and really slow down and really have access to these resources available, because we're all in this together. So before this pandemic, I wanted to learn how to braid. I wanted to garden more. I wanted to learn a different language. I wanted to cook more. I wanted to spend more time with my child. I wanted to just pour more into myself. And although I wasn't expecting the global pandemic, but I got everything that I've been asking for. And by me receiving everything that I have asked for, it allowed me to just really sit down and think about what else I want to manifest and learning how I can properly barter and or gain access to information I didn't have access to prior. So during this time, I just want to encourage us to constantly, like, when we have some downtime, just go ahead and research things that you've been wanting to just learn. Because if you really realize, there a lot of these resources now are free. Like, if you have children, you can go on YouTube, or you can go to the zoo websites, and then they have free Zooms or free logins where you now have access to look at the animals with your children. So it's like a virtual zoo experience. Or if it's, and of course you're learning about nature and animals. And then there's also the library. Like, before this whole pandemic, I had started going into the library. And so I had rented out 30 books. So I'm just stuck with all these 30 books. But it's been a blessing because I've been able to learn how to do a will and a trust. I've been learning how to braid hair. I've been learning how to garden. I've been learning how to cook different meals. So there's different things. And so because everything is closed, I still have to periodically check in, with the library and see like, okay, I don't want to accrue some bills by not returning these books, even though, even though we're going through this. I just want to make sure I'm on top of not creating another bill for myself. So I went on the library, checking what's going on, their updates, and I see that they have all of these free resources for children, free workshops. So of course they have reading time. So if you want to do reading time with your children, you can. But they also, it's like sessions where they're teaching you Chinese, and it's all on Zoom, and it's all for free. Or you just go on it's connected to their Instagram page and go live. Like, all these resources are completely free. And if we didn't have this pandemic, we wouldn't have recognized that we have the power to just release the idea of money, release the idea of anything external, and realize that if we just give love, then we end up having more access to resources than we think, by just tuning in and tapping into our highest vibration. So, today I just want to encourage you all to just research. Just take the time, a moment today, to just simply research what is free during this pandemic. You can see what kind of bills can I get for real, whatever it takes. Like, what kind of bills can I get free during this time? Or not necessarily delayed, but just look at all that is accessible to you, because I've had some bills that have been wiped away during this time, or just given a discount during this time, or learn a new language, because they don't know. I mean, like, not to take advantage, but they don't know if you're working or not. So and the whole goal is to eventually get debt free. So if people are trying to help, you just need to do your research and see what you really have accessible to you. Also, I'm always about trying to find new ways to actually make money, because since I have a child, I'm always trying to figure out how to really build a legacy and be ready for times like this. Like, I don't know if I have to stay home, but I'm working a stable and secure job, but I always have to make sure I have enough cushion to make sure and be ready that if she ever needed me to stay home, then I'm able to stay home. Hence this. She's supposed to start kindergarten this year, and everything is just changing. So I invested into this webinar, and one of the ideas that they had said was to do swap a lease. So swap a lease is where you go on and you can lease people's car. So of course, if the bill is only like if you choose a car that's like $150 a month, then you can just get the car for that price, and now you take over that lease. But of course, since it's a lease car, you can still only go a certain amount of miles or whatever. But during this time, you can't go anywhere anyway. So this is a way for you to get a car with a cheap and reasonable car note and still get the car that you like. And then also, when things begin to pick up, if you got like a little smart car, you got any car that you don't really care to drive around like that, you can just put ad space on the car. So you know how you see cars and people are advertising the business, like they have the little billboard thing at the top, or they have like billboard stickers on the side of the car. You can advertise. So now you just making money off of this car by putting stickers on this car to advertise people's business, and then you pocket it and you save it. Like, there's a way to make money. You just have to really research and just zone in. So that's one way. Another way is to research, and like I said, these free things that are accessible to us. Like, just learn what you have around you and learn how to barter. Like, if you don't have money, or you just don't want to spend your money, like, barter. What service do you have that is beneficial for someone else so that you can retrieve what they have, but it's a valuable and even exchange without, money being involved? Like, what do you have to offer? So if you know you are valuable at networking, or you're valuable in writing and creating and filming and just connecting people, if you know you are valuable in these different areas, and you know that somebody else has a service that is beneficial, but they need what you have, but they have what you need, why not just barter? Like, why constantly, like, this is a time where we have to learn we can spend money, but we also have to save. Yes, pumpkin. Okay, it's not hot sauce, it's ketchup. Because put ketchup on them. I'm doing something. Can you please? Thank you. I'm almost done, because you see she's wanting some attention. That's okay. But it just helps you. Like, this time I just want us to really just focus on researching everything that is accessible to us and learning how to barter.